If you are over 60 and still doing any of these 7 things, you are quietly damaging your health every single day without knowing it. Some of these habits doctors called fine. Some you have had for decades. Some on this list will genuinely surprise you when you hear them today. The problem is not intention. It is that after 60, your body responds to these habits in a fundamentally different and more damaging way now. What was harmless at 40 becomes genuinely damaging at 60. And nobody tells you that the rules of your health have quietly changed over time. In the next few minutes, I will cover all 7, explain why each one harms you after 60, and what to do instead starting from today. I am Dr. Edward. This channel gives you honest health information that protects your independence and quality of life every day after 60. Let us go through all 7, starting with the one that surprises most people because it involves something they do every single morning first. Number 1. Drinking coffee before water in the morning, which is the very first thing most people over 60 do when they wake up each day. After 6 to 8 hours without fluid, your body wakes in a mild dehydrated state, and coffee is a diuretic that makes this even worse. Cortisol peaks in the first hour after waking. Caffeine at this time adds little energy benefit and dehydrates your body further from the start. Dehydration in those first morning minutes suppresses your energy, reduces cognitive clarity, and stresses your kidneys before the day even begins. Drink 16 ounces of water before your first coffee. This one change produces a noticeable difference in how you feel within just 1 week. Within 1 week, most people report more energy, better focus, and fewer crashes simply from drinking water before their coffee each morning. Number 2. Getting up from your chair or bed too quickly, and this becomes more dangerous with every passing year after you reach 60 today. When you stand rapidly after 60, your cardiovascular system takes longer to redirect blood to your brain than it did when you were younger. The result is orthostatic hypotension, a blood pressure drop causing dizziness and lightheadedness that is among the leading causes of senior falls. Orthostatic hypotension is one of the most recognized causes of senior bathroom falls, and a simple 3-second pause prevents it always. Before standing, pause on the edge of your seat for 3 full seconds. This small delay gives your blood pressure the time it needs to adjust. Number 3. Eating a high-carbohydrate breakfast with no protein, which affects your energy, your mood, and your muscle mass every single day. Toast, cereal, or juice alone create a blood sugar spike, then a crash that leaves most people over 60 exhausted and foggy before noon each day. After 60, insulin sensitivity decreases, blood sugar spikes become larger, crashes become steeper, and the effects on your brain grow more severe. Add protein to every breakfast: eggs, Greek yogurt, or nuts, and your energy stabilizes, your muscle is protected, and your focus improves daily. Adults over 60 who eat protein at breakfast preserve more muscle and report better energy than those who rely on carbs alone each day. Number 4. Sitting for more than 30 minutes without moving. And this harms your metabolism, circulation, and heart more than most people know. After 60, prolonged sitting drops your metabolism to its lowest rate. Your body literally shifts into energy conservation mode when you stay seated. Every additional 30-minute block of sitting reduces insulin sensitivity, slows leg circulation, and raises cardiovascular risk markers significantly. Set a timer for every 30-minute stand, walk to another room, or do 10 heel raises for 2 minutes before sitting back down each time. Sitting too long harms you even when you exercise. Taking brief movement breaks every 30 minutes completes your daily metabolic protection. Number 5. Taking ibuprofen or naproxen regularly without telling your doctor, which is silently and progressively damaging your kidneys every day. NSAIDs constrict kidney blood vessels, and after 60, when kidney function is already declining naturally, this constriction significantly accelerates damage. Regular NSAID use after 60 is also linked to increased stomach bleeding, elevated blood pressure, and cardiovascular events in people who take them daily. If you take ibuprofen or naproxen more than twice weekly, ask your doctor about safer alternatives. This conversation could protect your kidney function. A short phone call or brief chat with a neighbor reduces dementia risk in seniors when practiced consistently as a genuine daily habit. Number 6. Skipping strength training because you think cardio is enough, which leads directly to the muscle loss most seniors fear more than anything. After 60, you lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass each decade without resistance training, and that lost muscle rarely comes back without effort. Muscle loss affects metabolism, balance, fall risk, bone density, and your ability to stay independent, not just your physical strength today. You do not need a gym resistance bands, chair exercises, or bodyweight movements 3 times weekly meaningfully slow muscle loss after 60. Even 2 sessions of gentle resistance training weekly produce measurable improvements in muscle mass, balance, and your metabolic rate within weeks. Number 7. Spending most of your time alone and calling it rest, which harms your brain health more than almost any other daily habit after 60. Social isolation after 60 is linked to a 50% higher dementia risk, elevated depression rates, and significantly faster cognitive decline over time. Your brain is a social organ without regular meaningful connection. It begins declining at an accelerated and measurable rate over each year. 1 meaningful social interaction daily, a phone call, a coffee, a community activity, is enough to produce real and measurable brain protection. A short phone call or brief chat with a neighbor has been shown to reduce dementia risk when practiced as a consistent daily social habit. Before I walk you through a plan that addresses all 7, I want to ask you something important right now before we continue further here. If this video is helping you see habits you recognize, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video made for your health after 60. After the full plan, type 1 in the comments so I know this information reached you and made a real difference for your daily health today. Here is the good news. You do not need to overhaul your entire life to address all 7 of these habits effectively, starting right now. You need 7 small shifts, each taking under 3 minutes, that together create a compounding and meaningful effect on your health ahead. Morning shift: water before coffee. Slow rising. Protein with breakfast. 3 changes taking 5 extra minutes that protect your entire day. Midday: 2 minutes of movement. Every 30 minutes keeps metabolism active and cardiovascular risk measurably lower every single day. Evening shift: 5 minutes of resistance exercise before dinner and 1 meaningful social interaction each day protects both your muscles and your brain. Medication shift: a 5-minute conversation with your doctor about pain medication could protect years of kidney function you cannot ever get back. Sleep shift: a consistent sleep schedule resets cortisol, stabilizes hunger hormones, and makes every other healthy habit noticeably easier. These 7 habits are not character flaws, they are information gaps. And now you have the information that genuinely makes all the difference here. One more thing before you go. This one connects several of the 7 in a way most people never see until they understand the full pattern together. Every one of these 7 habits damages your health through the same mechanism: chronic low-level inflammation that accelerates significantly after 60. Every one of these habits triggers the same process: chronic inflammation that grows harder and harder to resolve with each passing year. Muscle loss, isolation, and inactivity all raise inflammation, and after 60, that inflammation resolves more slowly than it ever did at 40. 7 small shifts working together produce far more than any one alone. Each one makes the next easier, and together they produce real change. The 7 shifts are not just 7 fixes, they are 7 ways of telling your body to lower inflammation and actively protect itself each day. Done consistently, these shifts prevent decline and reverse some of the inflammation-driven damage that has been quietly building each day. By week 2, most people applying these shifts report measurable gains in energy, mental clarity, and overall daily comfort from these daily changes. Around week 4, things click into place. Energy enables movement, sleep enables choices, and the healthy cycle starts building on its own. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 is still remarkably responsive to the right inputs, and those inputs are simpler than most people have ever been told. This video exists because the rules of your health change after 60, and you deserve to know those new rules while you still have time to act. Every day you apply even 1 shift, your body gets the message that it is worth protecting and genuinely worth investing in right now today. If this helped you see your daily habits differently, type 1 in comments and share it with someone you care about who needs to hear this. The video on screen covers another daily habit silently damaging your health after 61 that is just as simple to change as these 7 are. I will see you there, and I hope you start with just one of these 7 shifts tomorrow morning, because one change always leads naturally to the next. These steps are simple. The barrier to better health after 60 is your decision to begin applying even just one of them, starting from today.